Good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, coming to you on the official first Motivation Monday. My apologies for the previous Monday. I did record. Everything was ready to go to submit, and polish, and send on about your way. But unfortunately, it sounded like Darth Vader came and found me and wanted to just say hello, and just have a conversation. So, not much that I could do about that, but I'm here on this Monday to go ahead and give you that motivation that you need and a little bit of boost, okay? Today, we are piggybacking off of our previous Friday focus. So if you have not checked that out, please make sure you do. Discussing your passion, right? But first, we need to talk about the power of perseverance, okay? Pushing on. There are obstacles that we'll face in our life that we could definitely turn into opportunities, which will start to lead up to our passion and our purpose, okay? Now, when we're going through obstacles or we're confronted by obstacles, we want to make sure that we remember that, hey, I need to keep a positive mindset. I need to think positive. I need to live positive, and I need to continuously stay positive. Keep the positivity up no matter what. It is so easy to go into a negative mindset and sometimes depression when things are brought our way, when obstacles come our way, and just in general, when we feel as though it's not going our way, okay? We could be honest and say that has felt like the case for a lot of us throughout different bits and pieces of our life. And it is what it is. We move past it and we keep moving, right? But also, too, you want to be able to break down the situation into smaller bites. Sometimes we like, boom, obstacle came through. I'm going to just take the whole thing and tackle it. One of the most beautiful things that I saw, and I hope that other people were able to see it too, is when they were practicing for the relay, the women's relay. And the ladies were literally there with a bottle. I'll just use this one. It's not empty, so I'm not going to shake it. But a bottle and against the wall. And they just took the bottle, hit the wall, took the bottle, hit the wall, took the bottle, hit the wall. Instead of running that part several times, they broke down that small piece. They took a smaller bite, something that was more doable, more relatable in the moment, instead of just pile everything on at once. But more than likely, they had to learn from a lot of failures. They had to understand that, hey, that way that we trained last year didn't quite work. We need to tweak a few things and just continuously learn. We are meant to keep learning. We are not meant to just stay stagnant and in the place that we're in now, okay? Our brains at some point will go into the phrase that none of us like, which is Alzheimer's, dementia and stuff like that, if we're not constantly feeding it with something. And sometimes people are genetically wired a little differently, and they may get those disabilities, I don't know what you want to call them, but get those diagnoses in their life regardless, or have some type of brain trauma going on that they're unaware about. But most people that I've dealt with in that field has definitely seen where it's just they're closed up at home. They're not really engaged with anything or anyone. They're not learning anything. They're not using the different synapses in their brain. And so, of course, naturally, just like people at work, if you're not using me, send me home, right? So the brain cells say, you're not using me, I'll take a nap. You don't have to worry about it. I'll take a nap for myself, right? And then you got to understand that you're going to have down days, but try to have more up days than down days. You could do that by keeping a positive mindset. It's a lot easier said than done. I could definitely say that. But with years of practice and just constant repetition and keeping it a part of your life, I guarantee you in no time, you'll be like, wow, this was a lot easier than I thought. This was more doable than I ever foresaw, like ever, okay? But the thing is, we have to change our mindset in order to have a better outcome in life. We are always stuck in, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, the bill increased by this much. Oh my goodness, what? Small bites, okay? Positive mindset, right? So just looking at a financial situation, just given the current national situation on finances. I'll use that as an example. So if for some reason that's your obstacle with starting your career or finding your passion or going back to school to achieve that degree that you need for your passion, let me help you out. All right. Financial aid office at colleges works wonders. Different organizations online will also help you, and different utility companies also have plans in place so they can help you in this unknown time of needs. I was actually surprised several times now. I've lived in several different places, and only 2 of them has taken the down payment, I forgot what it was called, and actually applied it to my previous bill. And I was like, whoa, what just happened? Like, why am I, why haven't I had a bill, that had anything that was due on it? And they explained to me that, because of my excellent pay history and all this stuff, that they felt comfortable enough to go ahead and just use my down payment for my foreseeable future until it all ran out. Now, was I a little upset at first? Yes, because I was like, y'all could have just gave that back to me. But then in retrospect, having that positive mindset, I thought about it. I'd rather go ahead and have that paid versus you send me the money and I spend it on something and then an emergency comes up and I actually need to pay it. So having that mindset that, hey, it's already taken care of, I don't have to worry about it, right? When it comes to having different household bills, and you may have kids, you may not have kids, you may have a partner, whatever your situation is, of course, everyone's is going to look a little differently. Work the numbers, see what you can do and what you can't do. And again, some jobs, so you might be able to start in a career that will actually help pay for your school or your education classes that you need in order to achieve your career and your goals and your passion and what you want to do in life. Stop settling for stuff that you don't want. Excuse me. We settle way too much in life. I am here to tell you, it is time to stop. Cut that out, okay? There's no longer, that's just the way it is. If it is what it is, stop watching my podcast. Stop listening to my podcast. Stay off of my Facebook and Instagram pages. Because if it is what it is, that's the mindset that you will have for life, and I cannot get you out of that. But if you're ready to grow beyond what your everyday life tells you that you're capable of doing, then stick with me and follow me down this journey, because I can guarantee you, the moment you see that there is more to life than just the 9 to 5 and just the in and out and the constant, like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, I can't afford this. Look at what you can afford. You have a roof over your head. It has some kind of electricity going through it. You were able to get groceries, even if it was that summertime EBT or something, right? You have clothes on. You have a cell phone. I guarantee you, I have not met anybody in the United States who does not own one of these that is not a little kid. Let me clarify. Because some kids, they have nicer phones than me. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. Some of their phones are just like, do I own a job? Like, it makes me question what I do for a living, right? But if I keep going on, even despite all my obstacles, then I can see my finish line in sight. And just piggybacking off of a story that I told like a few weeks ago now, my mom ended up doing it, right? She went back to school in order to obtain her teaching degree. Amazing. I wish I, could have thought of that as a kid. It was like, wow, my mom's like a superhero in my eye, because she decided to change her shift from just working in the day to now having night classes, and to leaving her kids at night. Thankfully, dad is in the home, so she had some support. But even the nights that he had to work late or he had to work out of town, that's when the grandparents come in and, the neighbors, the cousins and stuff like that. So we were always taken care of. Our bills were paid. Everything was figured out. And she was able to keep pushing on towards her goal. And now, if I'm not mistaken, she is coming up on 20 years or somewhere around there. I may be wrong on a number, but she was able to achieve something she never thought she could, right? Boom. Then on top of that, she went back and got her master's, and she mastered it. She started working on her PhD. I don't know if school's for her anymore, because it's a lot when you get to a PhD, But the thing is, she showed me perseverance. She showed me to never give up. And that is something that if you have kids or if you're in an influential spot, people are watching that. They want to see if you give up. We just watched a whole Olympic, right? Where we were waiting for people to give up. Low key, you can't say that deep down in the pit, that's what you were waiting for. You were like, who's going to give up first? Who's going to tap out first? All right. We talked a lot about some of the ugly finishes and the disappointments. And I'm not going to talk about the breakdancing professor from Australia. I kind of just did. But the thing is, we don't know their story, right? She could have been nervous. It happens. People sometimes do not perform well on national scales, but it's not for us to judge, and it's not for me to make that call. What it is for me to do is to continue to support if I am a true supporter. But it's not for me to bash somebody for doing something that I never made it to, right? You can talk trash when you have made it to their level. That's all I gotta say. Like, when you find your passion, the haters gonna talk, and it's not even gonna bother you anymore. But the more it bothers you, the more it like digs in. It will hurt sometimes, especially when someone is trying to critique your craft. But you get to this level of, I don't hear the negativity, I only hear the positivity. And that's what this Monday motivation is focused on. Tuning out the negativity and cranking up the positivity, all right? All day long. Now, if it's good criticism, like, you know, I'm a photographer as well. So if someone says, hey, you know, I noticed that your light placement is a little off and you're creating more shadows, which is creating more work for you in the in the editing phase versus you just shifting the light so it can, you know, lumify better. Boom, I'm eating that up. That's valuable knowledge. Not somebody coming, so why you blur out the background? Because the person in the front is actually the most, do you know what you're talking about? Like, if I continue to entertain that, then I would just be feeding into their negativity. Because some people, they only have negative things that come out of their mouth. And other people, like you, the person that you're becoming, you're going to have a lot more positive things to say, right? When I go to work and people are like, oh, you're always smiling, you're always doing this. Now, honestly, I get my constant smiling from my dad. My classmates used to talk about it in school. They be like, man, every time we see you, Becky, and your dad's around, he just got this smile that you see all the way down the road. And he still has that smile to this day. And it's just something that we do. I do not know why. I love the smile. I have a gap, and everybody knows that I love my gap. I'll never close it. But the thing is, I've always had a positive outlook on life. Did I have my down times? Yes. Was I close to just saying, you know what, it's not worth it? Yes. We all have those moments. What I'm telling you today is we have to get past those moments. Journal, meditate, find your religion, your deity, whatever it is that you need. Find your center. Get into your spiritual connection. Ground yourself, literally, okay? I love keeping flip-flops in my car, all right? Even if my toes are ashy, I got lotion, all right? Another little cute little thing that I've acquired are my hike footwear shoes, all right? I get distracted by the easiest things. As you know, I have Bink, so his cat hair is actually on my shoe for some reason, and he wasn't in my car. These are very close to the ground, very flexible, all right? For when I go hiking or in areas that I don't want to put my bare foot on, but it gets me closer to the ground. I actually do wear these to work as well. The thing is, once you become one with you, your inner being, as well as the spiritual being, as well as nature, you will start to see the outcomes change and shift in your life. It is time for a positivity shift, and I know that you could do it. I'm done talking your ear off for today. I will be back on Wisdom Wednesday to give you a little bit of more knowledge so we can expand the power of positivity and dive deeper into a text that I think you guys will very much enjoy. If you're into reading our audiobooks, or better yet, there's this app, okay? And I can even hopefully pull it up here for you. It works wonders if you are not a reader, all right? It's called Headway, okay? And they will actually give you the synopsis, break it down, pretty much like when you were in college and we had Cliff Notes. That's what it'll do if you're not a big avid reader. So you can still obtain that knowledge. It will even read the book for you. There is a subscription fee. Again, I get no benefits from this, but I love to share good information. All right, you guys, my name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning, and I will definitely be talking with you all on Wednesday morning.